We are building the bit by bit project from the YByte Python curriculum available at www.ybyte.in. Previously, we saw how we could create an LED pattern. So we specify an 8-bit pattern. Wherever I see a 1 in this pattern, I light up the LED, which means I make the square red. Wherever there's a 0, I have it white, which means sort of the LED is off. Now we want to build this further. We want to create now dynamic patterns so that we get, let's say, dancing movements, moving LEDs sorts. The way that's going to work is that, I will have to update the pattern as the code runs. Also, we will have to draw for a given pattern this entire, let's say, 8 LEDs, and then refresh them as the time runs. Now, both of this can be accomplished by creating an outer loop. So I just go and create an outer loop, let's say for CNT. CNT is just a counting variable, in, let's say, CNT in range, let's say range. I just make this like a large number, say 10,000 or something like that. And I'm going to put the pattern, say, inside this loop. So 0B10101101. I mean, just an example. Now remember, the entire drawing of the LED will become part of an inner loop. How Remember, however, I would like to draw these LEDs based on the pattern, wait for a short while, update my pattern, and then draw these LEDs once again, which means that I will have to bring this tracer statement inside the outer for loop. So I just go and do this. Basically, I just say, okay, let's do this. So now let's just write a small comment here, draw the LEDs, let's say. And once this for loop is over, so that's the inner for loop that's over, I would just want to say ts.say update. And I would want to, let's say, wait for a short while. Now, again, of course, you can decide how much you want to wait, but I'm just going to say time.sleep, let's say half a second. So 0.5 millis, a half a second, 500 milliseconds. So for that purpose, of course, I must go and import time. Now, first, let's just run it the way it is right now. Obviously, this pattern is not changing, but the outer loop is now in place and the infrastructure is now ready. When I, let's say, so I don't need this update anymore, right? Um, Notice that when I run this code, the output looks exactly the same, but right now the code is running because this for loop is active. It will run for a while because, that's the whole thing that we want. When we start building the dynamic patterns, we will start changing the pattern as part of the outer loop. Now, a few things can be done over here. I will define a variable called style, and let's say style is 0, and I'll just say, okay, look, if my style is 0, so let me first stop this. So I'm just going to say, well, look, if style is equal to, say, 0, well, let the pattern be whatever it is, right? So I just do it this way. Of course, as we add, more, of course, as we go forward, we'll add more patterns. We'll add more styles to this, and that's what we'll do. But basically, this is running, and hence the infrastructure to set up dynamic patterns is already created. Next, we will start creating these dynamic patterns. I hope this has been interesting to you. This way of learning, where we are applying concepts to build activities, if this appeals to you, look at our website www.ybyte.in, because we have many such activities through which we learn Python programming. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye bye.